everyone, it's Ubiquitousraptor and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another speed build in the comfy Cubby lot in Newcrest. It's 15 by 20. If my microphone sounds a little jank, it is because I am not using my normal microphone. When I sat down to record, I just can't get it to, I can't get my computer to recognize the microphone. I don't know if I need to restart my computer. I have restarted my computer because it actually crashed in the middle of me doing the voiceover for this video. So I've already done part of a voiceover for this video and now I'm going to have to do it again, which is totally fine. I always get distracted when I look at the video, so I'm just going to try not to look at the video. I decided I wanted to do a build off of an inspiration picture I found on Pinterest. It was a really nice bathroom. It was kind of like the tub area was like up on a platform, but the tub was sunken in. And you can't really do that in The Sims because they can't get in and out of the tub. So I did the Sims version of that. I used the wooden tub from Snowy Escape. I think Snowy Escape might be one of my favorite packs for build buy items because I really like Asian inspired things anyway, and they really did that in that pack. So I like almost all their items. I don't think there's any that I dislike. I think there's some that we don't need, but there's none that I'm like, oh, I hate that so much. This bathroom is not a normal looking bathroom. You'll see when it's finished, it's just kind of the shape it comes out to, where I decided to put some of the things. I really wanted it to be a bigger bathroom. It's basically like the size of you could probably put like a kitchen and living room and bed space in here if I had really wanted to. Yeah, I got distracted again because I looked at my video. Hopefully I can get my microphone situation figured out and I won't have to use my gaming mic because I know it does not sound that great, but just bear with me. Hopefully I figure it out before I record my next video. If you've been enjoying my videos, I really hope you have. And I love to hear from anyone in the comments. If you like this video, if you dislike it, if you want to criticize my game choices, you're free to do that. It is free speech, whatever. And you can like or dislike the video and subscribe to me if this is your first time watching my video, or if you've seen a couple of my videos and you just haven't done that, just go ahead and do that, because why not? And then if you don't like me later on, then you can just unsubscribe. That's something I had to do recently. I had to unsubscribe from a bunch of people just because they don't post anymore, or I just actually don't watch their videos. So I'm not going to get offended if somebody unsubscribes from me because they decided that they don't really like me that much. Whatever. I also added a shower over by the tub because I like having my Sims have both options of a tub and a shower, and we only have 2 shower combos, I think. I can't remember. I only remember 2, at least that I have in the packs that I own, and neither one of them are. Oh, I think there's 3. There's 3 that I own. There's the Parenthood one and 2 base game ones, I think. And I don't like any of them. I don't think any of them are nice looking at all. One is like an old style, not clawfoot tub, but you know what I mean, like those kinds of tubs. And then it has like a little metal shower head. And then there's the one from Parenthood. And there's only one okay, what's it called? I can't think of anything. Color, I guess. And then there's the other base game one, which looks like every apartment has this, where it's just it's the tub shower combo. It's just, they're all ugly. We need something better. But I did add both of those things in here. This is where I talk about where the shape gets weird. You have to like go up the stairs and then back down the stairs to go over to the sink, but I also wanted to add in a place that you could do your laundry, so I wanted to add in a washer and dryer. So that's kind of why, but I also just didn't want the bathroom to be humongous, like take up the entire lot. So that's why I kind of L-shaped it there. I don't know if that was a great choice, but I mean, if I had this bathroom, I think I would love it. Like, I love this bathroom, and it's not everybody's style, and that's okay. Um, I end up adding one bedroom to this, and I also practice platforms in that as well. I don't know if I've said yet, but I don't like the use of platforms in The Sims because it's so annoying. Like when you put a platform down, you have to like add the walls back in, and I'm super lazy, and so that's very frustrating for me to do constantly when I'm adding platforms. And I don't always plan on using a platform, so then it kind of just messes up my whole build. I was thinking about curtains in here. I really love these curtains. I think they're from Discovery University, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure. I just like that color a lot, and they're tall, and you can only use them, I think you can kind of only use them like in the medium or large wall height, which is what I had to do in order to comfortably use the platforms in here. I always run out of things to say because I just talk so fast, and this is going to be like a 20-minute video. I did edit my video down to take out all the spots where I paused playing. And I'm frustrated because watching it back now to do this voiceover, I think it just didn't save those edits because there's like been multiple times where I've like my mouse has just stopped moving for like almost a full minute, and that's been very distracting as well. But I don't feel like going back in and figuring it out. Okay. I gotta get better at this. If I start getting more people like watching what I do, like I'd really be happy to put more time and effort in to how it's all going to look, but it's really hard to put a lot of effort into something if if you're not getting views, if you're not making any kind of money. I don't think I care so much about the money. Like I really would like to just have um, a community where we can talk about The Sims, and we can talk about building, and all that fun stuff. It doesn't have to be so complicated. But once I start getting, um, it's like I don't even want to talk about it. But once I start getting people who are interested in watching me, even if I get one person that's interested in watching me besides my husband, then I'll definitely just take more time. It's just really hard. Nobody that watches these videos knows me that well, at least likely. And I have 2 kids. And they're both under the age of 2 right now. So it's really hard to take time or to find time to do anything. And I don't like doing anything that's for myself when they're awake. So right now my toddler, she goes to bed at 8 and wakes up at like 9 or 10 in the morning. So like she's really good about going to bed and waking up. And I have plenty of time after she goes to bed, but I have a 5-month-old and he's not sleeping through the night yet. So and he doesn't take long naps at all. So I just it's difficult. I don't like doing things when they're awake because I like to spend time with my kids. And I never want to feel like I'm putting myself ahead of them. I mean, if I ever started making money, then it becomes a job, and that's amazing, but that's just not like, it can't be a priority. I want it to be a priority, but I just can't have it be a priority yet. And if anybody's like, oh, does the dad not help? My husband totally helps. He helps a lot. But I mean, he also works and he also needs time for himself. So it's like a weird balance that you have to find when you have kids of like who's going to take care of the kids right now and who's going to go spend time to them by themselves, and like, oh, do we both want to spend time together? Because then we have to wait for both kids to be asleep, or we have to just, it's complicated. It's complicated. It's annoying. Kids are annoying. Kids are a blessing, but this stage of childhood is annoying. Because once they're old enough to be like, to be able to play by themselves in their rooms and like understand what's happening. So if I'm like, hey, can you just like watch a movie for an hour or two? Like, they're good. They're gonna go sit down and watch a movie for an hour or two, most likely anyway. But that's just not possible right now. So just kind of wanted to talk about that because, you know, if I could put out a video every single day for The Sims, I would do that because I love playing The Sims. I've never before I think the age of I think I started playing The Sims when I was 16. So in 2016 is when I started playing The Sims, and I played with a I guess it would be a pirated version of The Sims. I mean, I didn't know at the time. So I have an uncle who does that kind of stuff, and so he downloaded it on my laptop. And I think the last it was either 2016 or 2017. The last pack that had come out, I think, was Island Living. So I had Island Living. I wish I got to edit all that stuff out. So apologies. I will be I had to keep leaving because my kid kept waking up. So it's like I'd be doing something for 5 minutes and then he'd wake up and I'd have to go take care of him. Anyway, but my uncle would pirate stuff, so he pirated that onto my laptop, and like I didn't have access to the gallery. I couldn't have Origin downloaded because Origin like can somehow see if you have a pirated version of their game on there, and then it like freaks out. So I couldn't do that. And like after I got married, I think it was just a random weekend that I saw that Sims was only $5. So I was like, I'm just gonna download the real version of The Sims. And so I did. I downloaded The Sims, and then I've just started slowly buying all the packs. So that's why I don't have all the packs, because I just don't have the money to spend like $1,000 on packs for The Sims, like at least all at once. Over time, it's fine. It's an investment. Um, but so yeah, the first time I ever played The Sims was like 2016 or 2017, and I know so many people and so many Simmers online that have been playing it since the first game came out, or have been playing it since they've been little kids. But I was not allowed to play The Sims as a kid because they had Woohoo. And my mom, I don't know if it was my dad at all, but I know it was my mom, was like, no, because um, they are representing, you know, I don't want to say it on YouTube because I don't want to, I don't know. I don't want anybody to complain about it, but um, yeah, so I wasn't allowed to play The Sims as a kid, unfortunately, and I would have loved it. Like, I love simulation games so much. I spent so much of my childhood, so much time playing, like, tycoon games, so like Zoo Tycoon, for instance, or Roller Coaster Tycoon. So many versions of that I had to play. There's a version called School Tycoon that I bought at a book fair at my school. If you're in America, you know about book fairs. And I bought books for sure because I loved books. I still love books, but not as much as when I was a kid. So I would buy books, and then I would buy a game because I always had some kind of game for my computer. So I bought a School Tycoon game, and I still have that. I still see it randomly sometimes. I think it's just in like a case somewhere. Um, yeah, so I mean, I wish I got to play it as a kid because I would have loved it. I would have spent all my time playing The Sims. I don't know if I would have, like, in comparison from Sims 4 to like Sims 3 and 2 and 1, like, I just don't ever see myself trying to play the other ones because I just love the visuals of Sims 4. I know that some of the other games have more, what would be the word? Like, just cooler things about it that The Sims 4 doesn't have. Like I think Sims 3, you can have horses, and you can't have horses in The Sims 4. Hopefully, they add that in. I wouldn't see why they wouldn't eventually add in horses. And they're adding in so many animals right now. they should have added it in with cottage living, but they added in, you know, a cow and a llama, but it's still annoying because, like, oh, you can't ride the cow, you can't ride the llama. They're like in a specific little area and it has to be with the barn and stuff. So some people were annoyed about that. I wasn't annoyed about it. I don't, it's just, it is what it is. You have to like pick and choose your battles, I guess, with Sims. So I've kind of talked over a lot of things. Right now I'm doing the kitchen. I just wanted it to be a little kitchen because well, I guess when I was building the kitchen, I forgot that this is only for like one person to live in. So I'm like, why am I making it so big? But I decided just to leave it in because I just think it's really pretty, especially with those windows. In the front, you did see that I added one of those plants from the plant kit. I think it's just called plant kit. I can't remember. Um, and it's kind of like a divider. And so I added that to the front. So when you look out, you can see all the pretty plants. I always picture my Sims when I'm building, like our gardeners. I'm not a gardener myself. I've always wanted to be, but I'm not good at house plants at all. Like I just can't keep them alive. And but I do one day whenever we have a house or have property, I want to do the whole like homesteading thing. So sometimes I like to imagine that my Sims are little homesteaders. You know, they have their chickens, like a cow, and all kinds of fun things. I did do a build yesterday or the other day when I was doing this one after I did this one. I did another one where I did like a shell challenge, Little Simsies circular shell challenge that she did recently. And I added a cow to the back, and I've never had that in my games at all. I've never added one of the little barn things in the back. So, as I just don't play with a lot of the gameplay. So maybe I will. Maybe I'll do a little homesteading challenge, I guess. I'm sure there's already something like that with The Sims, especially after Cottage Living came out. I had a really hard time figuring out, like, oh, this is where I added the laundry. I had a really hard time figuring out, like, the couch. I had a hard time in general with the living room. Like, I think just with the rug alone, it took me forever. There was a build I was doing the other day where I literally switched out the rug like 30 times. Like I could just not figure out what rug I wanted to use or what couch I wanted to use. I'm pretty sure I end up staying with this couch. Looking back, I kind of wish that I took out the fireplace because it just takes up so much space. And like I never really play with my Sims anyway, but when I do play, I never play with the fireplace, and then it's annoying because it'll catch on fire sometimes when you turn it on. But I just kept in mind, had to keep reminding myself that there's only one person living here. I think I keep that green rug. I just wanted to add in color. I wanted to use a rug that I've never used before. It's another thing I usually do with my builds. Like I'll say that I need to use like one item that I never use, and I think that's either the cottage living one or a werewolf one. It might be the werewolf one, but I'm just not 100% sure. And I never used it, so I decided to use that. I love. Excuse me. My favorite color is green, so I'm always adding a lot of green things into my builds, and you'll see that. And so I wanted to add a lot of green into this build. I also added a little fish, so you can buy a little fishy. Oh, I did add chickens in this one, I forgot. So the other one I added a cow, and this one I added so that you could have chickens and plants. And then I also put in a clothing line and a little wash bin. So if you want to take out the washer and dryer, and replace that and just use the clothing line outside, I mean, that's totally doable. And then I changed up the roofing. I just had a really hard time with the exterior of this because I wanted to use that wallpaper from Get Famous because I never use it. So I wanted to do that. I also closed off part of the fencing so that the chickens wouldn't get out. I don't really know if they get out, but like I just think of like realism, I guess. Like, would the chickens get out? Yeah, probably. So here's a fence so that they don't leave the backyard. I do make it, I do move the house up, so I think that there's at least one more like grid block of space. I don't really know what to say for that word, so that you have a little bit more space. There I am for the chickens. And then you can also get to part of the back where you'll have a couple of planters. I know I don't sound that great right now. I know I sound super annoyed. I am not annoyed. I am just really tired. I accidentally worked out yesterday. I did some like lunges and squats just to see if I could still do them, and I am in a lot of pain. After giving birth twice in 2 years, I haven't worked out at all. So that was interesting. I could do more than I thought I could. But my legs are killing me, and I was just like dead tired this morning when I woke up. So, and this is also a long build, so I apologize for how long it took me to do this build. In reality, I left it and came back to it a few times, which I never do. I usually do it all in one sitting. So it's like over 20 minutes. So if you've been listening this entire time, I am so grateful for you. I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting to the screenshots here within like a couple of minutes. But again, I am so grateful that you have watched my video, that you've listened to me the whole time, or even if you muted me, then you wouldn't be hearing me anyway right now. But I'm just so grateful for every view that I get on every video. I wish more people would comment. Like I love to hear from people. I have an Instagram. It's at KLivesGood, KAY Lives Good. And we're getting into the screenshots now, so I'll hurry up. But you can follow me there and just see me in real life a little bit. I don't really talk about The Sims on there, but I do want to start kind of talking about it a little bit. So if you join me on there, let me know and tell me that you came from YouTube. I'm going to see you guys all in the next video. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe and comment and like or dislike. Everything helps the algorithm. I'd also appreciate it if you shared my video. If you have a friend or family member who loves The Sims as much as I do or as much as you do, because you're watching a Sims video on YouTube, you have to love The Sims, right? You should share it with them. And if you're here because somebody shared this video with you, welcome. And I'm going to see you guys all next time.